Go. Come back to this. And we're going to go into some training. All right.
So it's really fun.
So we're going to talk about the takeaway and then the downswing and the shoulders. And we're going to go over this 10-minute training and then show some examples of Matsuyama, and then even give you some stability mobility exercise for your shoulder.
All right. So that so watch this right here. See how the hands are in, club is out, right? Yep. Okay, so that's how to do a perfect takeaway pretty much.
So you can use this wall, you can use this wall in your house to make sure that the club head is out and the hands are in. And I would bet most people struggle with this more than anything, including myself in the past. Right.
Yeah, it's the first.
Right there. So here the club is in, the hands are out. And that's going to cause compensations when you get to the top and start the downswing.
See how the club is kind of rolling inside a little, right? Just fanning the club a little bit. Where that's not fanning. That's excellent. That's right where you should be. Okay. All right. So that's a great drill to do.
So that drill, I mean, you're going to have to do that drill. One, you got to focus on going super, super slow. And then do it perfectly. Hold it for a count of 3 or 4 seconds. And then do it again and do 21 reps in a row. And then do it for 21 days in a row.
Then this is the wall drill. So I'd say the structure looks a little better than the one on the right. What do you?
So what I noticed there is on the one on the left, I don't stand up. You can see on the right, I stand up and my left shoulder doesn't go down and around. It goes around and up, and therefore I lose my posture.
Okay. A better spot down. Now watch this turn. Watch that turn.
And notice where my head is and the bill of the cap is pointing way behind my body. You're going to notice that when you see Hideki hit the ball at impact.
Compared to that, I think your hips turn better, and I think you have a.
And so you'll notice my right butt cheek, we talked about the chalk, slid towards the target against the wall. That gets full hip rotation. And you talked about, what do the knees do? Well, the knees, they only bend. So the knees and elbows bend. They're not rotating. They're just shifting backwards because the hip is forcing that shift and it bends more. You can see my left knee's bending more. It's not rotating. It's just bending more.
A full turn, right? Yeah, as good as it gets right there, in my opinion, for a backswing. Okay. Now watch this. This is where it starts to get really. Watch your shoulders.
So go back. We're gonna start here. Just watch my left knee, right? So it's not rotating. It's just more not bent. And now as I take it back, it's gonna bend more.
Now watch this. This is where it starts to get really.
Just bend it.
Watch your shoulders. Hey, look at this one. Watch the first move of this thing. It's going to go straight around you. See, it's starting to go around. Watch this one. Look where that shoulder, the shoulder is driving up, right? Now you hung back, right? Because you're not far enough forward on that one, but at least your shoulder went up. So, concept-wise, you do that same movement. Laterally move my way over a little bit. Yeah. All we talk about is left shoulder rising, right? Now watch this. Well, he's giving a lesson here. Watch the left shoulder. Look at the right shoulder under. Look where that elbow is. Now watch this. Then he does the same thing, and all he does is just let the club out. Okay, so that's what you're doing now. When you're doing this. Now watch. I'm going to hold your head. Now watch what you're going to do here. You're going to turn back. Now watch that shoulder go up. Watch your hip. That hip starts to move towards the wall, which it should do. And that left shoulder goes up and under. Look at how more under you are there compared to the one on the right. Look at where your shoulder is there. How much more under you are there. You'll see it much better from the back view. Here, you'll see it much better from here. Watch this. This is going to be crazy different right here. Watch this shoulder go down. That arrow wasn't very good. See it going down? This shoulder's coming out this way. Look at it. Look at your finish. Look at sleep mode right there. Look at that.
So when we talk about the finish, see the spine angle here? See the spine angle here with no spine angle here? I'm a further off in the swing here, but we still got to look at that there. And then when we look at the head and the hat, watch his head at the hat. It's gonna go back even further. See the head moving back? You're gonna have to train and practice that. Head is still down. Ball is long gone. Hips are open. Now, when his arm is parallel to the ground, his head is finally getting to the ball.
Now he's underneath. Look at his right elbow, how he's underneath, and then you can see in his finish. It's cut off a little bit, his finishes. But see how he's got that tilt? Yeah.
So he talks about the finish and the tilt. You can still see that finish is tilted a bit. Notice how this elbow stays close to his body, not way over here. Now the shoulder's coming down. The right shoulder's coming down. And he maintains that spine angle that he had. Even there, in that position, there's still that curvature of the spine versus vertical of the spine.
Look at Matsuyama, okay? See Matsuyama underneath?
Matsuyama underneath. You can see that, right?
What a beautiful swing.
You know, they're way more underneath the shot. Okay, so here you are. I'm just kind of added your right hand. Now you'll see it better once we. So watch this elbow. This elbow's going to drive down. See how it drives to the ball. See that elbow's is pointing behind you.
So if we look at that move right there at the elbow, if we go on the membership site and you go under ball striking, we'll be able to see the drills.
There you go. Then at the very end, pull. There you go. Play through. Yep. That's just do that right there. Okay, start with the ball on the ground though.
Dean, do I have full access to the membership site?
The school? Everybody does.
The site that where you just went on to right now, that's on school, right?
Yeah, that's so let's put a pause in the training and really understand that when you go into this community, the whole point of this community is for you guys to get points. And if you're getting points, it means you're doing the training. If you're not getting the points, it means you're not doing the training. So right here, you see how it says start here? That's it. Everybody has access to this. There's the introduction, the 8 skills for scoring mastery, mindset and belief.
Hold on a second. Where do I see that? I'm right now in school right now and in community.
So where's the classroom tab? Right next to community.
Okay, classroom tab. Got it. Okay.
Do you
So I've
not
got
see, do you not
I
see
see
the
the
stuff that
start.
I'm
I see the
seeing?
start here, and then the private courses are all locked. But I've got access to the elite school on our paid site where I've got it with you.
Right. So what you're saying is you don't have access to this. So
No,
if you go to classroom, you're saying that when you click start here,
that's all I have. I only have start here.
so click start here,
Okay.
share
Okay.
your
So
screen, share your screen.
okay.
So go down to full swing. You got access to everything I have.
Okay. All right. I
So
wasn't
so
sure
so, so scroll
because
up, right?
I was looking at this over here. I was looking at this over here.
Okay, well, don't look at there. Go back up.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
It says start right here, low 70 go up. That's where all the training's at. So
Okay.
mindset, click mindset. So if you click on one of those, click on that, scroll down. Yeah. So just scroll down. Keep scrolling down.
That's as low as it'll go.
Cool. So that's the training. So now go back, hit the back arrow button,
Okay. It's
hit the back arrow button up to the top left, right next to low 70 golf Navy SEALs. There's a little arrow button. Yep, you're right there. There's 2 flags, low 70 golf, and there's an arrow button.
where are you looking at? What are you seeing right now? You're seeing the
It says
search.
low, it's right there. Keep going left.
I don't see anything on the left.
You
This I
don't
got
see,
the survey right now.
do you see how it says low 70 golf Navy SEALs?
Nope.
Well, I'm looking right at your
Yeah,
screen.
got it. Okay, it was stuck behind the thing. All right, got it.
It says right there, there's a back arrow button.
No, because I think it was I had
So
a
go to finesse, go to putting, go down to putting. Okay, go to yardstick drill, go to face on putting training,
got it.
right?
Okay.
So you're supposed to watch these
Yeah.
trainings, and then after you watch a training, there's an action assignment that you're supposed to share in the group what you learned, or your distinction of gaining mastery, so you get points.
Ah,
If
okay.
no
See, I was not aware of that.
if
Okay,
no
so
one's
I
get
can
if
start
no one's
doing.
getting points, how do we know you're even doing the work?
Got it. So now I know what I have to do. All right. So now right now it says sign to confirm in, and then it'll take me to the YouTube station. But why does it take me to YouTube?
That's something you're going to have to figure out after the training here. Okay.
Okay. All
So
right.
if
Let
I
me
go to
click.
finesse wedges, um, there's a finesse wedge training. So all the drills are in here for you to practice bunker, short game.
See, sign in to confirm you're not a bot. Keeps on telling me that.
Yeah, but you have to figure that after the call,
All
after
right.
class,
I'll take
right?
a look at it after. All
Right.
right.
So going back to the drills, there's drills in here going over the training. And you have access to the membership site on Kajabi. You have access to the private link to to YouTube. You have access
That's
to
what
all
I've been using. I've been using the private link to the YouTube on Kajabi where it comes down at the bottom. It says, okay, you can go to the YouTube where you have all of those. I've been using that.
cool.
But
So, but I
okay, so I'm
want
going to
to,
try to log into this and that way I can do what you're asking, and that is to
yeah,
add,
because
okay.
we're going to look at the leaderboard, right? So who's the leaderboard? The last 30 days, Randy, Hamid, Thomas. So I can tell of the 150 people in the group, maybe about a dozen of you have actually done something. The other 140 people just don't give a shit. And so if that's the case, eventually they're going to get booted out, because again, this is a community that I want to build for people that show up once, twice a week, ask important questions, get some good training, and then go to work and accomplish your goals, which I believe is a score in the low 70s.
Yep. Got it. Okay. Thank you.
So start here. You know,
Got it.
if it's private or locked, that means you don't have access to it. It doesn't matter. This is the access that everybody has. All 150 members have access to this entire training right here.
Okay.
So now when we go to these drills here,
Okay, now you're gonna pivot.
so you can see by doing the wall drill enough times, you can see how my hips have turned perfectly, and I have a really good gap between where I started, where most people's right thigh is touching here, and then they're going to have to take all that weight and get to the left side with the shift.
Now we're gonna take this and pull. There you go. Now we're gonna fire that club head. There you go.
So you can see here, when I did that, I'm still tumbling forward with my shoulders.
More time for me. Make that move. Now go through. Good. Keep position. There you go. Then at the very end, you'll take the pressure off your back. Upper body. There you go. Good. Now push both hands on that club. Take it up to the top. Okay, now swing through. Good. Okay, so to you, I know, I mean, to most people, that feels very, very shallow, very underneath. But here's the thing you got to remember. When you're talking in terms of being too far from the inside, things like this, you always have to determine between the hands and the club head or the shaft, okay? So in other words, my hands came way down here, right? They're stuck behind me. They're way from the inside. So the only place they can run is out to the right to hit the golf ball, pretty much. On the other hand, if my hands track toward the ball.
And the way he was able to get his hands attracted towards the ball is, notice the difference of the elbow position.
And if my hands track towards
See, the elbow's leading, but here the elbow's stuck behind.
Mm-hmm.
Down here, right? They're stuck behind me. They're away from the inside.
So the elbow's the one that's really stuck behind.
Out to the right to hit the golf ball, pretty much. On the other hand, if my hands
Watch that elbow
toward the ball and my elbows are in my hands are in front of me, remember
now the way that happens is the shoulder, the right shoulder is going to come down. Remember in the backswing, the shoulder goes up, the hands go up about 4 to 6 inches. Well, if you bring it down 4 inches, that's going to start the shoulder down.
Line I drew with Zach, the hands are going down that line, but the shaft is over here. Now we can smash it and swing as hard as you want, never hook the thing. Right. Okay, so having a shallow shaft right here is a desirable thing. And having the mass of the club head behind your hands is desirable. Ball, like you're doing. Just like okay. Watch this drill right here. I'm kind of skipping around pretty quick.
So I understand why he's got your other hand behind you like that. That forces you to wring that elbow out.
You're pulling the elbow with your left wrist. Your left hand, you're pulling it.
Oh, look at that picture. That one.
Yeah, see on the right, your elbow is stuck behind you.
And the reason it's stuck behind me is because my shoulders are primarily flat versus down. the right shoulder down.
That's it. That's it. And if I keep my head back, now look at where your hands are at impact now. How far they are. Nice. And then when you finish, see, this shoulder has to be in line with that left leg.
And it's not in line with that left leg because of this. I didn't maintain that spine tilt.
That's why I've got to bring it back more. That where your head's got to stay back more, like we just talked about. Okay, watch this one right here. Watch where this elbow goes. Look where that shaft is now. Compared to this.
See, by me not doing anything with the hands and trying to throw that club head, my elbow is really leading. And when my elbow leads, that's going to drop the club head behind and flatten it out.
And look here.
So since this on the right here, this elbow is not leading, so that shaft is more steeper. But if the elbow leads, the shaft will automatically get flat by itself without having to do anything. And Randy and I talked about that, 2 weeks ago about the wrists.
How much shaft is behind the back? See how much shaft is behind the back? Same way with her. So now look at the shaft right here. There's hardly any. Okay, because your elbow's not leading. Now watch where your hands go. Boom. Yeah, decent. Yeah, it's better. Okay, let's watch this now. Boom. And that's exaggerated, but that's what I want you to do. Exaggerate. Come down, there you go. Way under. Then the third one, you come down and try to feel the same thing. So let's watch. You're going to do it here. Let's see what happens there. Let's see what happens with your hand path. I'll bet it's night and day different. One. Two. There's the first tee. There's the tee. Better. See how much shaft's behind the back? See how it's cutting right through the middle of your forearm? Look where your right shoulder is. Lower. It's lower. Okay, now let's watch what happens to your hand path. Oh, right on the line. Right on the line. Right on the line. Nice. It kind of does. And look, you're already steeper here than you are there. Yeah, more you should maintain your spine angle. And the more back you stay, the easier it will be to stay to the right. Now, nobody stays in the exact angle they were at impact, but they're close. You just don't want to come up and out of the shot. You see these guys, I don't know if I have any of their finishes. I guess I don't. But this is really good right here. That's the start. Back over. Best swing that. This is a real swing. Look where your hands are now. Look at that impact position. This is a real swing. Look where your hands are now. Look at that impact position. See, this is called, that club is called tipping out.
See the gap here? Right forearm over the left arm. Right forearm under the left arm.
Now, look at how the shaft is behind your hands. Hands are in the same place like all videos. Look where the shaft's coming from. Way.
Now you can see that my left shoulder here, you can see how much more closed my upper torso is with this power package, the shoulders, arms, and hands versus the shoulders, arms, and hands. My triangle got discombobulated because my right forearm is so far behind because it never led.
Now you come in the impact, boom. Now, if this is what your swing was, see how your hands went out to the right? Well, that's because you didn't release your foot, your hips. And that would be us training you not to flip, right? So I would, you see us doing this kind of stuff against the wall, so it's not swinging at the wall. Not letting the club head to the wall, as we're coming in here, keeping the club head out, and then we're going right through like that, so that we don't ever let the club pass. So we never hit it left, no hooks.
And so they release the club.
You release into the ball, but not past the ball.
So let me
Fire
pause,
into the ground.
let me pause this real quick and see if I can find that drill that he's talking about. Where I'm going into the wall. Can't really see the wall, but I'll share an image. There's no video of it. Let's see here, share. So there's a wall right here, and I'm swinging to make sure that the club head never hits that wall. And the only way I can do that is if my left
Get the tilt. Yeah.
if my left wrist never bends. It has to stay arched and in this position here.
Interesting. Okay.
All that kind of stuff, but right now, we can't even think about that until you get this down right first. Watch your head here, watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Look at that. Oh. That's a little better. See your head move? Watch your head move in the transition.
It's supposed to move?
No, it's supposed to stay where it was. But look at where your arms are though. Which one looks better? Left one for sure.
So what would the drill be work on that? That's just the.
If I
So
had a shaft and a needle. Yeah, but if you set up to a dress, like you don't have to have a club. Now I got a noodle right here. Now make the swing.
see how my head stays back now?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let's go back to this here. Now we can go back to this one here. This is in the membership site as well.
So the first order of business is get on the wall and turn.
See that gap between
that
my
versus
right hip?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
I said that to you. That's awesome. You're welcome.
Yeah, it really. Now watch this. Watch it with a golf club. How good is that? Now, I'll be honest. Like you don't own that. You don't own that yet. You can physically do it, yeah? But it took some conscious effort to do it. So you just need to do that until you don't know how to do it. But that's your backswing, though, right? Okay. Now watch it from down the line here versus this. Does, doesn't it? Perfect takeaway. Look at the top.
Now,
of your
did you see how the
backswing
club
there.
head stayed out and the hands were in?
Mm-hmm.
Right
Does,
here?
doesn't it?
Right there.
Perfect takeaway. Look at the top of your backswing there. Versus there. See, your arms are lower. I'll do this one first. So different backswing, isn't it? And watch the downswing. You're at the same point of the downswing in both pictures. But see how less your body has unwound on the right versus the left? And then see how there's more club behind you? So really, what's happening is you're getting your arms down in front of you and then you unwind, right? So
that's ideal, it's still having the hips a little closed.
yes, now watch this.
See how the force is taking it out? You put a stick here and the force is hitting that impact bag right of the shaft versus left. The video on the left here, my hands would have hit that bag left of this stick.
You're at the same point of the follow through in both pictures. How different is that?
Bigger hip rotation, more
Your legs,
rotation.
look at your feet. Watch it from face on. This is so different.
Now my head looks like Matsuyama, doesn't it?
Yeah, the right's much more dynamic. You're being much more dynamic than on the left.
Watch my head tumble forward on the left.
Look at your head. What? Look at where your hat's pointing. Look at, I mean, everything's changed.
So that position that you see how my
Look at where your hat.
see my hands here, Hamida. This
I mean,
this is how you would
everything's
not let that club head release.
Look at where
That's a
your hat
different
is on the
drill.
left versus the right. Look how much more posted up you are. Now it gets, if you think that was good, watch this stuff. How's that impact position versus that? Okay, so you're at the same point of the downswing, but see how the club hasn't passed your hands? See how it's past your hands there? Huge. Now watch, right about in there. Look at the difference in your feet and your hips.
Already posted up, John.
100%.
I'm already doing that forward.
Yep. And this is you just doing that same thing. Now you didn't quite pivot like you did on the wall because you were mainly focusing on.
So now we can go back and super loaded up. He squatted down, the knee is bent more. Weight's been transferred. Shoulders are still closed. Hips have already opened up. And then look how high that left shoulder is.
Yeah.
I don't think Tony's won a major because his tempo is too quick. That's just my opinion. I don't think he's got it down in like Nick Price, the 1993 Player of the Year, 94 Player of the Year. Because Nick Price had a fast swing. So you can see that the elbow is coming down now and it's going to start leading. Watch Tony Finau here. Shorter backswing. Elbow led. Weight shifted. Clubs at P6. Ball's long gone.
Doesn't he?
Well, that's the reason being is just look at the total shift after he's
Yeah.
after he goes. Externally does not internally rotate on the backswing. If it externally rotated, it'd be like this big chicken wing.
Yeah.
Now from there, so it went up. Now it's going to come down first. Watch the elbow come straight down. And it's going to go out at the same time, but it's going
Right
down.
there, that move right there is where that pause is happening. That's when that weight shift is really taking full effect.
Yeah, you're going to have there is a transaction, so there has to be an end, a stopping point, and a transition point. Watch the elbow. So the elbow is going to come down, and the hands are going to go out. Now, in order to do this, this left shoulder is going to go up. There's the triangle. Head's way behind. There's the triangle. So the feet, knees, and hips, zone 1, is going to lead zone 2, which is the hands, arms, and shoulders. Got full wind. So he spiraled back. Now he's going to unspiral down. The left shoulder went up, and look at the angle. I mean, if you can work on just the angle, and that would go back to just this drill. Which one is it? It would be right here. Right here.
Looks a little better than a span of a full turn, right? See, it's starting to
Right
go
here.
around
This drill right here. I mean,
for backswing. Okay, now watch this. This is where it starts to get really,
see,
watch your shoulders.
so my shoulders are going flat, which was my challenge back in 2020. And now if you learn how to do this drill, that left shoulder goes straight up.
And look at this one. Watch the first move of this thing. It's gonna go straight around you. See, it's starting to go around. Watch this one. Look where that shoulder, the shoulder's driving.
So I work
up,
on
right?
this first, and then I work on doing the weight
Yeah,
shift at the same time.
Right, because you're not far enough forward on that one, but at least your shoulder went up. So,
Concept wise, they can do that same movement. Laterally move like clearly move it.
yeah,
Talk about left shoulder rising, right?
now watch this. Well, he's giving a lesson here. Watch the lesson.
So that's all the training I got for today. What questions do you have, if any?
No, I think that I need to go and work on that. I'm gonna get a alignment stick and do what you were doing on that exercise right there. And I'm gonna try logging into the site here, and I'll text you if I can't and figure out what's going on. But yeah, man, this is good stuff. I mean, Hideki's swing is just, it's poetry in motion.
Yeah. And so the whole purpose, again, for you, Hamid, and anybody that's going to watch this on the replay, is get into the community, get into the classroom, do the training step by step. There should be an action step. Take action, whether it's to share your distinction of what you learned, or post an insight that you may have gleaned from this. And that way you get points, because you get points when people comment on your intelligent conversations. Okay.
Okay.
And then I'll see you guys in the group, and I'll see everybody next Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Be sure to post your questions in the group so we have a topic to cover. And that's the same thing for Tuesday at noon Eastern as well.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Great stuff.